Welcome everyone to Nerd of the Rings. Today we are unboxing a Wētā statue. What better way to spend the day than unboxing a Wētā statue? And today we have the mighty, the fiendish Lurtz, Hunter of Men. How cool of a title is that? Hunter of Men. And he's in his iconic pose coming up over the hill to slay Boromir. So epic. And of course, today's video is brought to you by Collector Zone. They sell all kinds of amazing statues and collectibles. Use the code NOTR to save yourself 15% off your order. Check out all their great collectibles. They've got Wētā, they've got Pure Arts, Sideshow, Iron Studios, Diamond Select, all kinds of great pieces from Middle-earth and all your other favorite nerdy franchises. But let's not leave Lurtz waiting any longer. Let's get him out of this box. And as with so many of the Wētā statues, the front opens up, tells us a bit about not only the character, but also this particular statue. We'll take a look at that in a minute. I don't know if you can see it on the foam. Wētā Workshop. The epic wizards of Wētā Workshop. Here we go. Lurtz. Hunter of Men. I just love that title. Hunter of Men. All right, so first we'll open up the base plate here. And I found out while I was down there in New Zealand that every single base plate, no matter how covered it is, they all have the imprint of the Middle-earth map, and they try to locate it somewhere where it's significant, you know, to the character being depicted. And so as we can see on Lurtz's here, we can actually see the very place where both Boromir and Lurtz himself meet their demise, right here near Amon Hen. And then of course on the bottom we've got the name of the principal sculptor, Wen. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And his signature right here. Lurtz, Hunter of Men, 1/6 scale classic series. I've become quite a big fan of the 1/6 scale. I have to admit, I've seen some of the bigger ones, but I think 1/6 is a nice, you know, it feels substantial, but it's not gargantuan. You know, for this room, I'm kind of running out of space as it is, so I'm a little nervous that even 1/6 I might be overdoing it, but it's just too great of a scale. I really, really like 1/6. Next up, we will take out the main body of Lurtz himself. There we go. Look at Lurtz. Look at this guy. He looks ready to slay some men. Lurtz, of course, iconically played by Lawrence McCoray. I got a chance to meet Lawrence at Comic-Con last year. Great dude. I always love hearing him talk about playing Lurtz specifically because it was such an insane process to get him to look like this. I want to say it was something like 12 hours to get him completely into Lurtz mode. And he was talking about the relief in contrast that playing the Witch King was, because it was considerably less time in a makeup chair, you know, in costuming and everything. I can totally appreciate that because you got to think like how early that guy had to get into the makeup chair in order to be ready by the time they were filming. And then they film with him for, you know, what, an hour or something, and then he's got to do it all again the next day. All right, so then we've got his quiver of arrows that goes on his hip. It's nice, it's got like it's a magnetic click, so it's very easy to place. There we go. Clicks right into place. And of course, gotta get his arm on there. There we go. Hand in place. And now we have the mighty, the epic Lurtz, Hunter of Men. he just looks like a bad mother, you know? When he comes up over that hill in this pose, you just know that nothing good is going to come of it. So another fun fact about Lurtz, we found out when we interviewed Gino Acevedo from Wētā that this is actually Gino's handprint on Lurtz. So the white hand of Saruman belongs to Gino Acevedo. And they made Lurtz's upside down so that he would stick out among all the orcs bearing the white hand. So his is unique in that his is upside down and it covers so much of his forehead. And so we would know right away when we see him on screen that he is the leader of the fighting Uruk-hai. And like I said, the text on the flap here gives us a little bit about Lurtz, the character, which chances are if you're watching this, you probably already know a fair amount about him. But we also get a little bit of the behind the scenes of making this collectible, which I absolutely love. I'm just going to read a little bit of that as we take a closer look at the statue. A creature born of foul magic, bred for one purpose and serving only one master. Lurtz quickly became a fan favorite. His raw ferocity and domineering presence provided a real, grounded, and immediate threat to the Fellowship. With such savagery, etched forever in our minds, it's no wonder our artists could not wait to represent this behemoth, now as an integral part of our classic series. Threatening, looming, dominating. These were the key words that had to be inscribed upon every inch of this collectible. To ensure this, our artist paid close attention to the pose, providing a sense of motion that threatens an imminent and unavoidable threat. A clear image of a hunter who knows his prey is caught. I absolutely love that description, that's really good. Special attention was given to Lurtz's face, going through several iterations to perfect. The faint curling on one side of the upper lip, the inward furrow of the brow that is both tensed and yet natural. This is a creature doing what it was born to do. A monster in his natural habitat, spreading fear and dread. Overall, each element was carefully and painstakingly selected, sculpted and painted to strike at the essence of this character. While many of Middle-earth's denizens have various and profound souls, Lurtz can be considered a purer force. No distractions, no doubts, only the mission given by his master. This is quintessential Lurtz, hunter of men. I gotta say, I absolutely love the work by Wētā Workshop, which should come as a surprise to nobody. But talking with the guys down there in New Zealand, it's amazing the level of care and detail that they put into these statues, and the fact that they dig up assets from back making the films. You know, Daniel Falconer was talking about going through the archives for statues of whether it's environments, you know, they're looking at the bigatures from back in the day, or for characters, they're pulling out reference images of the costumes. It's just an incredible attention to detail, and I think that really comes through in their final products. And while Lurtz, you know, he's not a named character in the books or anything like that, I gotta say, he makes a memorable appearance in The Lord of the Rings. Gosh, between slaying Boromir, which is just such a tragic moment, to his fight with Aragorn, where, you know, Lawrence accidentally threw the knife at Viggo, and Viggo swats it away with his sword. Oh, it's just such great moments with this character, and he definitely embodies the imposing nature of the fighting Uruk-hai, and I think they nailed this pose. He's so BA. Just look at how BA this guy is. If you were down in a ravine and this dude came up over the hill, you would know that you're screwed. Well, there you go, guys. It is the 1/6 scale Lurtz Hunter of Men, part of the Wētā Workshop Classic Series. Check it out at collectorzone.com. Use the code NOTR to save yourself 15% off your order. And in the meantime, I'm gonna find a spot here in the Nerd Cave for Lurtz to be an imposing figure and scare the crap out of anyone who draws near. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Nerd of the Rings.
Do you know how the orcs first came into being?
My fighting Uruk-hai.
Whom do you serve? Saruman.